Hello, my little ponies, and welcome back to another episode of Rune Factory 5. In this episode, we have two things to talk about.
Go big and strong, okay?
The first of the things is chatting up about a new potential Oblivion challenge with the new re-release.
I hope it comes out okay.
With the new re-release and remaster
big and
and
strong,
rehashing of Oblivion. That changed almost nothing mechanically, but made the game a lot prettier than it used
Go
to
big
be.
and strong, okay? I hope it comes
yeah.
out okay.
That.
All right.
There have been some people talking about, hey,
Watering time.
it could be great
hope
to try
it
to
comes
play
out
through the game
okay.
again. Oblivion is always a game that ever since I first played it, I'd always had a soft spot for it. I still
big and
remember when I
strong,
first played
okay?
it, and
I hope it comes out okay.
believe it or not, the reason why I first played it was because of
Go
Bioshock.
big and strong, okay?
What?
Watering time.
So you remember when you used to get video games like
Go
at the
big and
store?
strong,
I
okay?
almost said grocery store. No, it was right next to the grocery store. And you'd like see the games on the shelves
Go
and
big and strong,
be able
okay?
to like decide what you might want to like pick up and buy. I'd seen
Watering
Oblivion
time.
here and there, but never really thought it'd be like my style of thing,
hope it
so I
comes out
not
okay.
bought it. But I had a copy of Bioshock. Where I got that copy of Bioshock from, I actually don't know where I originally got Bioshock from.
Time to eat.
Anyway, the Xbox 360
Oh,
had
right.
this bad issue where I think if you like pick up the console or like tilt the console, whatever, when there's a disc inside, even if it's
I
not
hope it
running,
comes out okay.
it would scratch the disc. It also happened to my copy of Halo 3.
Watering time.
Depending on the game,
Watering time.
yeah,
Go big and strong.
the disc would
okay?
have perfectly round scratches
Watering time.
in like the reading side of the disc.
Yep.
In my copy of Halo 3, that meant that
I hope it comes,
all of
hope
the
it comes
campaign
out
missions
okay.
beyond level 3
Watering
were
time.
unplayable.
Watering
It
time.
would not load, period, but the entire
Go big and
multiplayer still
strong,
worked, so
okay?
I still used that disc for years. And just... I think I'd played through most of the missions of the campaign before that point, and never again after that point. I was
Watering
never really a
time.
big fan of the campaign anyway, so it's not really
I hope it comes out okay.
In Bioshock, however,
hope it
it made
comes
the
out
game
okay.
unplayable. I think it just like would not read or something. So I wanted to get a
Nice.
new copy of Bioshock. I went to the I keep wanting to say grocery store. I went to the video gaming store.
You went to the
And
video
I
game
couldn't-
I
grocery
hope
store.
it comes out okay. I hope
Yes.
it comes out okay.
Again, it was right next door to the grocery store. Go out, get some snacks, get a new game, have a really good weekend. It was nice. It was like a block away from, not even like a block away.
Big
It was
and
in the
strong,
same
okay?
block where I lived. I lived in like an apartment building. There's a movie theater like right next door, and also right next door is the grocery store, but the game store right next door to that. It was really nice.
Go big and strong, okay?
Lived there like 6 months.
Small town, huh?
That's good. I'll just say where I lived. Kelowna, that also had like a lake we would take the boat out on. People would be able to figure out the building I lived in. That much information. I wouldn't necessarily call it small. Anyway, I could not find a copy of just Bioshock available. What I did find was like a 2-pack of games. I had Bioshock and Oblivion.
I hope
It
it
was
comes
like the
out
same
okay.
price as if I just bought another copy of Bioshock. So it's like, well, I could, you know, try to get my dad to like
Go big and
bring
strong,
me to like
okay?
somewhere else to buy a copy of Bioshock, or I could spend the same amount of money and just
Go
buy
big and
that,
strong, okay?
and also get this other game that seems okay.
Yes!
Whatever. Got the 2 games, you know, played some Bioshock, blah blah blah. At some point,
I hope it
ahead of
comes out
that,
okay.
I just think like, you know what? I own this game now. I might as well see what this Oblivion has to offer.
Go big and strong,
Put it in,
okay?
start playing it. It's like, okay, this is interesting. And I was essentially hooked from there. I read online about the various glitches you could do with the like
I
missions
hope
and
it comes
stuff.
out okay.
I found out
Go
about
big and
the
strong, okay?
permanent item effects glitch that you could do. And I gave my character a permanent light effect. So I could not sneak anywhere, ever.
I hope it comes out okay. I
Here's
hope
what
it
I
comes
thought.
out okay. Watering time. Watering time. Yes!
And yeah, I eventually got like the DLCs when they came out. Not the horse, the other ones.
Go big and strong, okay?
Yeah, the ones that were GLCs and not, the ones that were, like, the expansion,
I hope
like
it comes
Shivering
out
Isles.
okay.
Yes. Shivering Isles, Knights of the Nine. I'm not sure if I actually played through Knights of the Nine, but I have played through all of Shivering Isles at least twice.
Watering time.
Shivering Isles is fun.
Go big and strong, okay?
Yeah, we should absolutely do a Shivering Isles
Go big
playthrough.
and strong,
Notably,
okay?
Shivering Isles. Okay. In Oblivion, enemies are typically weighted to your level, so they get more difficult as you level up. And that includes some of the fights that you have to deal with in Shivering Isles. Where, with a typical, say, level 15 or so
Hope it comes
character,
out okay.
there's an enemy there that you have to defeat
Watering
to
time.
advance in the game. That by, like, level 15 or so, if you're playing normally, is tough, but, not super difficult. Trying to beat at level 1, though,
I hope it
I
comes
was
out
not
okay.
able to do. To be fair, I only tried, like, twice.
Watering time.
It has so much health and so much health regeneration that a typical, like, level 1 character probably shouldn't be able
Go
to
big
beat
and
it.
strong, okay?
So I'm thinking
Go
for
big and
our
strong,
playthrough of
okay?
Oblivion, let's just try to
Watering
run
time.
right for the Shivering Isles. And just try to go through that, like, immediately.
Important question. Is Shivering Isles, like, included by default?
Yes.
Okay.
Shivering Isles
Watering
and Knights of the
time,
Nine
watering
and
time.
Horse Armor and everything
Watering
else
time, watering
is
time,
supposed to be
watering
included.
time. All right.
I want another chance to try to get that unicorn.
Go big and strong, okay? Go big and
Unicorn?
strong, okay?
Yeah, Oblivion
Go
has a
big
unicorn.
and strong, okay?
Okay.
I think you're supposed to kill it for one of the quests, but it's an optional quest, so you don't have to. If you approach the unicorn with a weapon out, it will be hostile and attack you. If you have, I think it's if you have any like
I hope it
negative
comes out
karma,
okay.
it will be hostile and attack you. You have to have like no negative karma and approach it without a weapon. Oh, by the way, there are 3 other enemies in there that will just attack you no matter what, so you have to deal with them without drawing a weapon too close to the unicorn. And then you can use the unicorn like a horse.
Go big and strong, okay?
Like, permanently, or will it become hostile if you ever pull out a weapon around it?
It will become hostile if you ever pull out a weapon around it. And I think if you leave the unicorn like
Go big
outside
and
of the
strong,
stable,
okay?
it will just
Watering
wander back
time.
to its
Watering
original
time.
place.
Nice.
So,
Watering
there's
time.
that.
I hope it comes out okay. Nice. All right. I hope it comes out okay. Watering time.
And also in recent news, and this news actually came out before the last Rune Factory video, I just didn't talk about it then because I'd already forgotten about it, but in other semi-recent news, we have had the largest unbanning in Commander history. I think. I'm pretty sure. The largest number of cards to be unbanned at one time, like ever. So that's pretty neat. what is it, like 5 separate cards all got unbanned. Notably, from the banning that happened, what, last year? The one that people gave out death threats for. None of those cards got unbanned. I don't know, maybe if the player base had been nicer, they could have been. But I'm pretty sure those cards are going to be staying banned for a long time, possibly forever. Even if it's just because of how people reacted to it.
Right.
And gotta say though, the choice of cards to be unbanned is a bit questionable, but whatever. Sway of the Stars, which is basically just an alternate version of Worldfire, so it's like a big deal. Coalition Victory! Azura, I want you to take a wild guess of what Coalition Victory does if it gets to resolve.
There you go.
Immediately wins the game.
Yes.
Take that!
Was that a guess, or did you look it up?
Yeah.
In the 2
No, that was a guess.
Yeah, no, yeah. If it successfully resolves, you win the game. Period.
And
Now,
that became allowed? Like, unbanned?
Yeah, it does have some conditions. It is a conditional you win the game. If you have a creature of each color, so if you have your commander out, and a land of each basic land types. So if you have 2 tri-lands and your commander in play, you win.
All right.
Just like that. It was banned in Commander for... But, yeah, as of, what, 2 days ago? It's allowed now.
Huh.
Offer some cherry grass. Let's see, Sway of the Stars is like a 10 mana sorcery, something like that. Each player shuffles all cards they own and in their graveyard and hand into their library, draws 7 cards, everyone's life total becomes 7. Essentially resets the game, but I mean, there are ways to work around it. Just like there are ways to work around Worldfire. So I'm probably going to put one of my 20 or so copies of Sway of the Stars into my Worldfire deck. Just because of that. Just...
All right. All right. All right.
I'm trying to remember what the other cards were that got unbanned. Oh right, gosh, Braves.
Yes.
4 mana creature, legendary creature, so it can be your commander. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, they sacrifice... basically just sacrifice a permanent. Was it a creature, enchantment, or land? I think it was. Or a creature, artifact, whatever. If you can manage to keep putting out one new thing a turn, and you get this out fast enough, you can just slowly whittle away your opponent's resources. A card that was infamous in the earlier days because it led to people losing the game.
Wait, what?
So...
Like the person who played it would lose?
No, the opponent would usually just wind up losing. Not because... Okay. Not because they had to sacrifice too many permanents, but because they didn't sacrifice a permanent. So Magic has
There you
this
go.
whole thing in tournament play where
There you go.
essentially in the early days of Magic it had a thing where if you didn't do something that was mandatory,
There you go.
you would get penalized for it.
There you go.
If, say, you had an effect that was supposed to make you lose a life and you don't lose the life, and you
There
get called
you
out by a
go.
judge, the judge will be like, oh, that's a
There you go.
penalty, and if it happens too many times, you just get a
Easy
game
does it.
loss. Oh, you haven't been able to keep up with the game how it's supposed to be,
There you go.
you get punished for that.
There you go.
Notably, even if your opponent
There
puts out a thing
you go.
that's like, oh, at the beginning of each player's draw step, they lose 1 life, if you don't lose the life during your draw step,
Take
you get punished for it even though it's your opponent's effect. Again, this is how it was here. Like 30 years ago, basically. So, people would play Braids, pass to their opponent's turn, the opponent doesn't immediately...
Right.
The opponent draws a card for their turn, but doesn't sacrifice something. Upkeep's supposed to happen before draw.
Yes.
Person who played Braids calls a judge. It's like, oh, they didn't sacrifice something.
All right.
The person could just get a game loss because they didn't do their opponent's card trigger.
Yes. Yes.
And, like, that's not necessarily the reason why it got banned in Commander. Pretty sure the reason it got banned in Commander was because, well, it can be your commander and is quite the stacks effect. I mean, it's definitely possible for someone to get this out turn 1, turn 2, and it's like, okay, get this out turn 2. And they're both like, well, I guess I have to sacrifice my turn 1 land. Well, I guess I sacrifice my land. I can never get anything out because I can play 1 land per turn, and then it gets sacrificed. If I don't play the land, well, then I just have nothing for next turn anyway. So it got banned. Because it's a stacks effect, that can be your commander. And then, for whatever reason, 2 days ago they unbanned it. And sure, maybe people can be more responsible with it. Hopefully. We'll have to see. What are the other cards that got unbanned? Was it just those 3? Oh, and of course, a lot of cards got moved to, like, the Game Changer list, blah blah, Commander, Game Changer. Oh, right! Gifts Ungiven is now unbanned. So, 4 mana, I think it's an instant. Search your library for up to 4 cards. An opponent chooses 2 of them to put into your graveyard, put the rest of the cards into your hand. I think it's specifically 4 cards with different names. Doesn't matter so much in Commander. The card is used in Modern, maybe Legacy? At least it used to be used in Modern. Just search up a combo where no matter... Heck, sometimes it's just, yeah, I search up 2 cards per my graveyard, combo, I win. Or like, you know, reanimate, I can cast my graveyard, and a big creature to reanimate. Yeah, I just win now. And... yeah, now people can just do that in Commander. Notably, there was already a card that does a similar thing allowed in Commander, but then we searched for 3 cards instead of 4. But now there's another effect that people can use with that, and it's... so yeah. People get more of this effect now. Although... I still remember someone I played with at my LGS whose friend had given them a copy of Gifts Ungiven as a birthday gift.
There.
And they were playing it in Commander, and I had to break their heart and tell them, yeah, no, that card's banned. So when the ban announcement came out 2 days ago, I texted them, I was like, hey, by the way, that card's unbanned now. So that's, you know, something. And the last card is a card that I used to run in Commander while it was banned. I didn't know it was banned, and nobody actually told me that it was banned. There was this guy at my LGS who was like,
Nice.
he's like really like stricter on top of, oh, you can't play that card because it's color identity, blah blah blah. Never once actually pointed out that this card was banned to me. I found out about it on my own lies. And I was all like, oh, I guess I should take this card out. Panoptic Mirror, a 5-mana artifact. You can pay X and tap it to exile an instant or sorcery card from your hand with converted mana cost X. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may copy a spell exiled with Panoptic Mirror, and you may cast that. Yeah, you may copy it, and you may cast that copy without paying its mana cost. That is all. That is what it do. So, yes. Oh, why is that card so busted powerful? Thanks for asking. Because of extra turn spells. Someone can just put an extra turn spell under their Panoptic Mirror and take infinite turns. Easy, easy. Very easy to do. Don't even really have to try with that. Which is not something I actually did. I even had Panoptic Mirror out a few times. I never actually got around to putting anything, to exiling anything with it. For whatever reason. It's like, yeah, Panoptic Mirror! And I'll use my mana for more important stuff. But now I can put it back into a deck, so I could go take infinite turns if I wanted to. Like, I don't have to, but I could. You know, I have the option. Or just put some other stuff on it, whatever. Hexagon Scepter. Not one of the cards that got unbanned just now, it was already unbanned. Is a really neat and interesting card that can be used with a variety of other things. But is unfortunately basically just used with Dramatic Reversal to untap all of your non-land permanents, combine it with like a Sol Ring or whatever, and just keep untapping all of your stuff infinitely, and untap the Hexagon Scepter to keep casting Dramatic Reversal, to keep untapping it, and blah blah blah, make infinite mana. Whatever. That's lame. So Autumn Grass would be cool. And Pom-Pom Grass. Autumn Grass and Pom-Pom Grass are both cool. So yeah, level 8 sells for $37.20. So yeah, level 8 already sells for more. No cost to buy. Where's my emeralds? I don't have emeralds left. So anyway, Oblivion stuff.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
I'm trying to think. I'm not entirely sure, but I think you can get a house in some Unshivering Isles. So if we want to go with the... Why did I... Oh my god. Kleptomania, that's it. It's just like, oh yeah, you know, kleptomancy. That's what it's called, right? Kleptomancy? The love of things? Yeah, that's the thing, right? Klepto... Right. No, of course, it's kleptophobia, the fear of things. Obviously.
I don't think that's what klepto means.
What does klepto mean? Taking things?
I mean, okay, let's just...
Yeah. What is kleptomancy?
I mean... Okay, that's weird. Oh. Stealing or theft. So, kleptophobia would be the fear of theft.
Well, we better take all these things so no one steals them. Open a wine crystal.
Yeah, kleptophobia, is the irrational fear of theft or being robbed.
And kleptomancy is the love of theft?
Why do you keep saying kleptomancy? Mancy means magic. Are you trying to say kleptomania, or are you just being funny?
I told you, I was trying to say kleptomania, and then I was just thinking, yeah, you know, kleptomancy.
Uh-huh.
My head wanted to say kleptomancy. And now I want to know if that's, like, what that actually means. So it's the act of stealing through magic? Oh no! Azura! It's a floating watering can! I think the watering can is better than mine. I'm not sure.
Welcome, darling.
Pink cat I think we have, blue duck I think we have, Charm blue we totally have. Sherry grass, that's a new one.
Thanks for your purchase. Come see me again soon. Okay. Welcome, darling. Thanks for your... Come see me again
This is fire,
soon.
nice white herb seed from you. And, here's a flower seed. Right. I'm almost thinking of like an Oblivion run, where it's like we have like a wheel or something that every so often, like we spin the wheel and that determines like what we're allowed to use for like combat. It's like, oh, here we have to use the hammer, or oh, destruction magic. Oh no, we rolled pacifist. Oh, right, don't wait. All right, perfect. We are ready to go. Whoa.
How you growing? There we go.
All those scanners.
I hope it comes out okay. I hope it comes out okay. How you growing? I hope it comes out okay.
It's 50. Ooh, quality plus 1.02.
I hope it comes out okay. How you growing? I hope it comes out okay. There we go.
0.88.
There we go. There we go.
Plus
I hope it comes out okay.
Oh wait, can quality go up to like plus 2?
Take that! There you go. Easy does it. There we go. There you go. All right. Easy does it.
Wait, speed 4.8, 4.6, that needs to be out.
There we go.
Alright, perfect. And now we find turret, get turret, get that, do that, have this, do that. Run away with that. And you! Take this. I don't know, maybe I should be looking up nice Oblivion. Essentially, this... Yeah, I guess it would mostly just be, hey, let's play through Oblivion and do what we want until we get bored of it. Which is probably the right way to go with all these open world games. Do what you want until you don't want to.
That's what I've done with Minecraft.
Yes. Like, I love the Shivering Isles. I think for obvious reasons. So, like, I wanted to play the new Oblivion just for the sake of playing the Shivering Isles. Also, if you remember, like, last week or something, I was talking about doing a run in Oblivion using that cloning staff. So we could always just do that for a challenge and just see if that works in the new Oblivion. Just have an army of us chasing after us. We could try to find, say, the Staff of Wabberjack and use that to try to solve our problems. I never know how much of Oblivion you know, so I don't know what I should explain and what I shouldn't explain.
Nah?
I hope
Well, like,
it comes out okay.
Are you familiar with the Staff of
I
Wabberjack?
hope it comes out okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay, good.
You're big and strong, okay?
It's in Skyrim.
Oh no, puppy, go sleep. Oh, right, that's right. I totally forgot about it, but if you want townsfolk to like you slightly more in Moon Factory, what you do is you have them join you on adventures, and then you just walk around town and stuff. Because the act of being in your party makes people like you slightly more, even if you're not adventuring. So we should go talk to Ludmilla and invite her into the party and just watch as she just... So pretty sure she just slowly goes up.
Welcome.
Alright, so... Let's buy some nice corn. Speaking of the Minecraft, because I had mentioned that, I spend so much time arranging proper EMC prices for so many things. And it's like, yeah, I know I could just set everything to 1 and then just get whatever I want. but I want it to be fair.
No need to
And
stop
because
there.
I want it to be fair, there I am with like calculator in one hand, running numbers with the other. It's like, okay, so it's like, shouldn't you be running numbers with the calculator hand? Back off, I know what I'm doing. Yeah, instead of making a whole bunch of factory stuff and lighting out the game more by making all these products, instead, we're just going the EMC route.
You need to free up some room first. No need to stop. Thanks.
No need to stop there, but I'm out of room in my backpack, so I kind of have to stop.
Ooh.
Right. Gosh, I remember years ago seeing like a little in development mod for Oblivion to make it two-player. Two people could like connect over LAN or whatever. That just seemed like so cool.
There you go.
Just the ability to just play through the game with a friend and just
There you go.
you just run around together doing your missions, doing your quests.
Take that. Yeah.
Especially if you didn't have to be in the same place at the same time. You could just be in two separate areas. That could be a really cool way of just playing through the game.
Two separate areas.
Da da da! One person in the shipping aisles, one person like Cyrodiil. One thought that I had for the game that I am kind of curious on trying. Can you beat the Dark Brotherhood without getting the Dark Brotherhood and the Thieves Guild without getting any negative karma?
No. Well, first of all, with the Thieves Guild, part of it requires putting on, I believe, the Gray Fox mask as like you have to for certain parts, which immediately gives you like the negative karma, whatever, because there is negative karma associated with that identity.
Do you have to put on the cowl in order to complete the Thieves Guild? I thought you just got that for completing the Thieves Guild.
No, you have to, because you do have to put it on.
You do have to put it on in order to complete the Thieves Guild?
Well, yeah, like when you get it is not the end of the Thieves Guild.
I thought it was.
Take that.
It's been a while.
Well,
I don't
getting
know
that
if you
is
can
what
still-
makes, like, being the Gray Fox is what makes you, like, the head of the Thieves Guild. But that doesn't mean that's the end of the Thieves Guild quest line.
Yeah, I only played through the Thieves Guild once. So, yeah. I am not so much in the know for that. Screw it. Come on, oven, we're going bacon. Don't mind me, just carrying my oven up to my little friendly dragon companion. I remember one thing that I did ages and ages ago, playing with like console commands and whatnot. You can make a clone of yourself with console commands. Then I think it was a mod that I had where you could make anyone into a follower. So I'd like make my create my follower first, clone myself, go to the end of the sewers, and then remake my character. So I'd have my character and a permanent level 1 follower. And with like mods, you could play as like a fairy or a child or something. So it could be like a parent and their child trying to go through Cyrodiil and whatever. Just hoping to survive out here in the unforgiving, harsh environments. And whatnot. There we go. So, oh god. Rune Factory 6 comes out in just over a month. Are you excited? I'm kind of excited. Although it's not going to be a cheap game. But still, this might just be one of the cases where I just buy a new game for full price because, I mean, come on, it's Rune Factory. Gosh, is this how people feel when there's like a new Call of Duty?
There!
You know, when they're into Call of Duty? However, trying to be excited about it. I saw the trailer and it looked meh. It's like, oh yeah, warning, this trailer goes hard. And it's like, okay, that looks like some random Harvest Moon shovelware game that came out 12 years ago. What about this trailer goes hard? What about it looks any different or better than any other Harvest Moon game? Not even just Moon Factory, Harvest Moon games that I've already seen and brushed off as being unimportant. Maybe I'm just bitter.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm probably just too bitter and antagonistic for my own good. As it is.
Take that!
I remember playing through Oblivion for the first time, trying to get through like, the tutorial dungeon, and just dying over and over again due to not noticing things like my health.
Take that! Take that!
There's this one part where you can like walk down a hallway, and I'd always die as I tried to walk down it, and I thought it's like, oh, it's scripted, so if you don't do this, you just die.
There!
That's kind of lame that the game would just script a death in there for you. It's like, I think what really happened was my health was low, I'd walk up, get shot, not notice I got shot, and die because I was at like 1 HP. And the autosave would reload, and I'd still be at like 1 health. And just not notice it. Ever. So there I am, dying. Yeah, whatever. See, what's kind of interesting is that there's Skyrim in VR, but I don't think there's Oblivion in VR. Like, but they went to the effort to remake Oblivion, why not just make Oblivion VR?
Nice.
Oblivion with all these new fancy graphics, but you need a VR headset to play it.
There! Damn it!
Anyway, but Oblivion is... I don't know how to describe it without seeming rude. Oblivion always seemed unpolished, unfinished. Like, it was just someone just messing around with like a game engine like, oh, I can do this stuff. Instead of you know, an actual game that took you know,
Nice.
years and years and probably millions of dollars to make. Just seemed like someone just messing around with it a few weeks, like, oh yes, look at this little passion project of mine.
Take that!
Well, see, if you listen closely, I did the voices for all these characters. Wait, you can play through the arena, and then there's like this one guy everyone says that they're going to be really tough to beat and all that, but if you go and do his side quests, then actually it just makes the ending, like, it fills you with like a sense of, yay, I did something. I did something good. I helped him know about his backstory. Oh, by the way, when it comes time to actually fight him in the arena, he just gives up, so you don't actually get that epic legendary fight everyone is saying you'd get. You actually just get nothing. And it's like, oh, that's kind of sucks. I wanted the awesome fight everyone was saying I was going to get, and then turns out it was just nothing. This guy can't handle a little truth these days.
All right.
Yeah, whatever, open world game. Sometimes it's fun just to go around and just explore and see what you can see and do whatever you can do. Other times it's just follow the quest line. Quest 1 leads to quest 2, leads to quest 3. Don't question why I'm doing this. Don't question why I have to descend into a well and just about drown in order to get a recommendation to the Mages Guild. Why do I have to follow up with petty mage school drama? That is not for me to question about. I just do as I am told.
There!
Blizzard Oblivion, I followed all of those main storylines to completion at least once. Skyrim, I still don't think I've ever actually even so much as joined the Dark Brotherhood of Skyrim.
There! Yeah! Yeah!
Mayhaps I'll go back to Skyrim VR one day. Mayhaps not.
Take that!
Maybe I'll just do that just for the fun of it. Yeah, I still remember I played through Skyrim VR, the full immersive experience. AKA, I played it in the wintertime with a window open. So as I'm like crossing through like the snowy Alps and the land of Skyrim, I was also really cold. Because cold wind was just getting into my window, and it's like, yep, this is immersive, alright. And it's just such a different feeling to, like, being in a game versus if I had to actually try to do all that walking for real. In reality, seeing a long distance to go, it's like, yeah, you just gotta walk that, and it's like, so much ground to cover. But I don't know, maybe if real life looked more appealing. Maybe in real life, if there's like, oh hey, there's, you know, plants I can gather. I can, you know, take a short detour and pass by a nice apple tree and just pluck a fresh apple right off of the branch. Maybe I'd be more willing to go walking if I could get snacks. Just going out for a nice walk. Meet, you know, a wild fox or something that'll let you just pet it. Wouldn't be so bad.
Take that!
Apparently the Skyrim foxes weren't actually supposed to lead you to, like... The Skyrim foxes weren't supposed to lead you to things. That was just an accident in the programming. Did you ever hear about that?
What was?
So, in Skyrim, if you find a fox and you follow it, it'll lead you to, like, a thing. usually say like an outpost or some ruins or like a camp, whatever, but it'll lead you to something. That wasn't actually programmed. That's not a feature that's supposed to be in the game.
I mean, here is my thought on this. My guess is foxes are, you know, just intended to kind of just go places, and like they're intended to just go. But there's enough stuff around that they will eventually reach something important.
That is close to, but not exactly how it winds up working. What it is if, say, a fox sees the player, the fox is supposed to
Delicious.
go away from the player a certain number of polygons. You know, like the triangles that make up, like, the ground. And it's supposed to go, say, 100 polygons away from the player. As opposed to, say, like, 100 feet or a mile away, it measures in the polygons on the ground. Areas that have things, ruins, camps, whatever, have a lot more polygons on the ground. So therefore, the wolf could either go, like, a mile away, or go halfway through an encampment. It finds the shortest route to get that number of polygons away, which is almost always in a thing. So because of how the fox is programmed to run away, and how the map is programmed, it's just a coincidence that foxes lead to things. And I think it's kind of...
Take that!
I think it's almost, like, you could almost attribute it to a kind of
Nice.
weird intelligence on, like, the fox's behalf. The fox sees, like, oh, hey, person in, you know, armor, weaponry, whatever, clearly an adventurer, is coming for me and might try to kill me. I don't know. I'll lead it to these ruins, so the adventurer gets distracted by the ruins, and then I can run away.
Interesting.
So it is like a weird, almost artificial intelligence, even though that's not, like, how it was meant to be. But it's funny that it can just about be read that way.
Time to eat!
Time to eat. Oh. Well, at least I finally got one up to a high enough level to where I can buy corn from the store and then just turn around and sell it and make a profit. Or cook it, then sell it, and make a profit out of it. So that's cool. Even if it is a little, you know, corny.
Yes! All right!
Okay then.
Nice!
So what are you up to?
Yes!
Not much. Just kind of deciding what I want to do right now. With the asyncs and stuff going on, I'm just like, I'm getting a little burned out.
Yep.
I mean, especially with the one that just has so many games, and then all the other ones, I'm just like, I'm waiting and waiting until I can actually get goal on them, so I can free up a save slot.
Nice. Yes.
That 100% one really did a lot of trick to us, huh?
Yes. All right.
You know, yeah,
So when's Oblivion gonna get added to Archipelago?
never.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
No, seriously. It's too big of a game. Like, there are games that are already pretty big that are put in, but Oblivion, I think, just because it has so much side quest,
Yes. All
that it is just
Every-
literally, functionally, too much.
Every single quest is a check.
All right. Yes.
You have to complete the quests to get checks.
Well, part of the problem is that the rewards for quests are often randomized. Because here's the thing to remember. What do you get in return? Like what do you get that gets put into other games? It has to be the reward from quests.
Take that.
I mean, a lot of quests have set rewards. But the rewards are like, hey, here's some gold, or hey, here's some armor.
Take
Yeah.
that.
And heck, even like finishing Oblivion gates, it's randomized what like tablet thing you get from them.
Oh yeah.
Like, and that's the problem, is that so many, and realistically, how many actual key items are there in the game?
There's the amulet. And I think there's like a pair of gauntlets or something. Maybe? No, I think that's Morrowind. So there's like the amulet, and I think that's it. And you need that for like quest 2.
Yeah, and that's the problem, is just like, like, the problem is because basically the entire game is side quests and all that stuff, and like even just following the plot is just like, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Like,
mean,
you basically have to do something like you do in Stacklands, which is like,
Yeah.
oh, you don't have the ability to use a steel helmet.
Yeah.
And you have to get that from someone else's game. You have to like turn off the ability to use the stuff that you have.
okay, I was about to say, I mean, how long is a speedrun for like Oblivion? Currently the leaderboard for speedrun.com for Oblivion, at least the original one,
Nice.
is
Less than half an hour.
Claire, it's 2 minutes and 18 seconds.
Like I said, less than half an hour. I was thinking it was 6 minutes, actually.
Well, yeah, it's 2 minutes, 18 seconds with load remove time, but RTA is 3 minutes, 40 seconds.
They improved since I last saw them.
Yeah.
And
Well,
you know
I
why
mean,
it's so fast,
I mean,
right?
I just want to point out that, let's see here, there is a 3 minutes and 31 seconds load time removed one 7 years ago. So,
Nice.
yeah.
I wonder if the remastered Oblivion took out the feature that makes the speedrun so fast.
Yeah, that makes it possible. Yeah.
Nice.
Because
All right.
for anyone who's not in the know, Oblivion has this weird feature in it where the trigger for the ending of the final mission is just available from the start of the game.
All right.
If you can clip into a specific building, there's just a door that's like stuck wedged into the ground. If you click on that, it like opens up the final room of the final mission of the game. You don't need to have unlocked anything else at all, period. You just need to go there, click on it, and then you can complete the main story.
Okay. And let's see, the speedrun for No Out of Bounds is 20 minutes, or, 20 minutes, 27 seconds, or 27 minutes, 24 seconds, like, including load time.
I'm gonna say that's the one I was thinking of when I said under half an hour.
Whatever, yeah, remember that, yeah, that's so no out of bounds. However, max difficulty glitchless. And based on the amount of time on this seems to be most appropriate for, like, an archipelago. Even that is only an hour. Well, first place is an hour, second place adds, like, 8 minutes. And then third place on this list is almost 2 hours. And there's nothing else on this speedrun list.
Ah, good old niche speedruns.
All right.
What
Yeah,
would I do
niche,
without you?
glitchless.
There. Nice.
3 people.
There.
Oh wait, okay, hang on here. So no DFS, which is no Dragonfire skip, so no clip to the very end.
Take that.
And this one is 15:57 or 23:16, based on load remove time versus real time. Same person in first as with no out of bounds at all. But oof. Okay, I need to bathroom, so I'm gonna bathroom now. But it's just
You go
like,
bathroom, I
think,
finish off this video.
but yet, but long story short, the issue with trying to put, you know, Oblivion in is just there really isn't anything locking progress
Yeah,
other
basically,
than
yeah.
which quests you've completed.
Yeah, Oblivion would just be like, yep, I'm in go mode. We just started. I am in go mode.
Exactly.
And if someone doesn't do the speedrun stuff where it's like, yep, in go mode, I'll be done in about 8 hours. Like, I suppose it could be interesting just to do, like, a long form.
Another game that isn't. I say that, but I can think of one other game that's an archipelago that is also the same. Can you guess what it is? You've played it.
I have? Is it Rift Wizard?
No, it's Played Up.
Yeah, Played Up though. Okay, here's the thing. If we're playing Played Up without the mods, like vanilla just on Archipelago, that would be a very different story. Because they're supposed to struggle to reach day 15. Just make one of the dragons just like Black Forest and just have. Just a whole bunch of trees on the back of a dragon. Well, this has been another episode of Rune Factory 5. Hope that this has been nice and all that.
There we go. I hope it comes out okay. I hope it comes out okay. How you growing? How you growing? How you growing? There we go. I hope it comes out okay. I hope it comes out okay. How you growing? How you growing?
You know what's just always such a huge disappointment? Sequels to games that are worse than the original.
There
It doesn't happen very often, but there are
go.
occasionally
There
games
we go.
where
I
it's
hope
like-
it comes out okay.
like Payday 3 being worse than Payday 2. And it's like,
I hope
yeah,
it
I would
comes
love
out
to
okay.
play like
I hope it comes out okay.
the newer one with like the better graphics and newer
How you growing?
content, and it's like, no, don't. The newer one is
There
better.
we
And it's like,
go. There we go.
well, how would they
There
go and
we
make
go.
a game? How would they go and make a new
I
game
hope it
and
comes
make
out
it
okay.
worse?
I hope it
Like
comes
with
out
Little
okay.
Big Planet. Back before Little Big Planet 2 came out, and
How
the
you
Little Big
growing?
Planet scene was like
How you
big.
growing?
And then Little Big Planet 2 came out, and like the scene for both the games
I
was
hope
like
it comes
kinda
out okay.
dead.
I hope it
But
comes
like
out
Little Big
okay.
Planet was already dying before Little Big Planet 2
I hope
came
it
out.
comes out okay.
Gosh, I still remember one custom
Here
map that someone
we
made
go.
for Little
Here
Big Planet that
we
had,
go.
like, the map had a day-night cycle. It
Here
wasn't even,
we go. I hope it
like,
comes out
revolving
okay.
around, oh, look, it changes from day to night to be, like, 15 whatever number of minutes.
How you
But
growing?
it's like, no, it's
How
like
you
a,
growing?
almost
How you
felt like an
growing?
RPG. Like, you didn't have, like, stats or anything, but
Here
you had, like, an
we go.
adventure to go on. There's, like, a, not a dungeon. There's, like, a cave to go and explore, and you had to, like, try to find
How you
stuff.
growing?
But if you
Here
were in there,
we
like,
go.
after dark, like,
I
oh,
hope it
no,
comes
like
out
the-
okay.
you know, the toxic gases of the cave, you know, percolate,
Here we
like,
go.
get,
Here we go.
you know, the cave is too dangerous to be in
How you
after
growing?
dark, so you have to, like, leave and come back to town, and then you have to, like, go and do
How you
town things for a
growing?
while until day
How you
came back.
growing? Here we
And they
go.
just had, basically, gas, like, tied to a thing attached to
Here
a timer.
we go.
And this is in Little Big Planet 1. Like, Little Big Planet 2 introduced
I hope it
so
comes out
flippin'
okay.
many more things
Here
for
we
making
go.
custom maps. It's insane.
Here we go. How you growing?
And, like, I don't know if people have
I hope it
actually
comes
even
out okay.
used Little Big Planet 2's custom map stuff. I did briefly. I spent, like, all day and
How you
made, like, a
growing?
map that you could go through in, like, maybe a minute.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here
I don't know if it
we go.
was... I don't think it was a
How you
thing that I...
growing? How you growing?
Yeah, I think it was a tutorial that I saw. It's like, oh, you can make, like,
I
a
hope it comes
makeshift
out okay.
waterfall just by using, like, ice blocks. And you have, like, was it 5 strips of, like, ice material? And you have them on, like, pistons going up and down. But, like, different... So, like, the left, middle, and right ones go up when the other two are going down, and vice versa. So instead of just the whole thing, blah, 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 like, they're actually, like, sliding against each other, and they kind of almost make, like, a waterfall type of sound. A lot quieter than a normal waterfall, but, you know, that
How you growing?
to make something
Here
seem like a
we go.
waterfall going and crashing and all
Here
that.
we go. How you growing? I
It's
hope
like the
it comes
sheer
out okay.
creativity.
How
But,
you
like,
growing?
imagine if instead it's just a feature like, yeah, no, just add a waterfall. Blah. Hit the waterfall button, and then there's a waterfall. But if you have so much extra stuff in, then it's like, okay, well, hold on, let me scroll through. Campfire, waterfall, tent, cow, pig, brown cow, you know, gray cow, wild pig, boar. It's like, okay, but where's the one feature I need? It's somewhere in, like, this 500 feature list. Whereas if you just have, like, the base materials and you make the stuff there. One map that I also haven't been able to forget is, the entire map is essentially a circle. And there's, like, basically like a gear in it. Like, the map will slowly spin back and forth. And so it isn't just so much a case of, oh, you just have to, like, make a jump. You have to wait until it's spinning in the right direction and then make the jump. Like, that map was awesome, and that at one point, like, the map's like 90 degrees off of where it was before. Because, like, this time's like you just flip it all the way up. So it kind of rotates by saying, like, the same 45 degrees, so down is still generally down. And then, like, flips, like, 90 degrees, 180 degrees, so now the whole thing is, like, different now. Places where before were, like, corridors are now bottomless pits. Well, bottomless, I think they, you know, put, like, smoke in or something, so now they're just pits that kill you, whatever. So you have to reuse the old areas of the map and stuff. At one point, you're, like, going upside down. It's like, hey, I recognize this place. Yeah, this is where we spawned in originally. Like, it was amazing. You know, I think I spent all my time playing bomb survival maps on Little Big Planet. That's what I did. Okay, but, like, some of those bomb survival maps were, like, really fun. Still not over the time I was playing with a friend. There was the bomb, then me, then him. The bomb detonates, I get covered in soot, he dies. The bomb explosion went around me and killed him. And I still don't know how that happened. I can only wish that we had been recording way, way back then and happened to have caught that on film, because that would have been... yeah, make a clip of that, put that in the archipelago things. Little Big Planet Archipelago. Oh my lord. Some other games have a lot of checks. Every single item plus 100% completion, finishing levels, and acing levels, all of which can just be checks. And also all of the different keys for the mini-games, and I think you also get items for completing the mini-games. Like, all of these items can be checks, but all you need to beat Little Big Planet is just go through the levels and reach the end. So, say there could be checks for the individual levels. So, like, you have to go through the levels in Little Big Planet to unlock checks for other people, and, like, wait for other people to either A, unlock all of your levels in order. So, like, oh, I unlocked a level key for you, like, cool, now I can go to level 2. Or just unlock levels at random. So you specifically need someone to find your final level key, so you can just go straight to the last level and beat it. I think all of them in order. How many levels are there? Like 20? 30? So you have to have people find all these level keys while you're just playing through the same levels over and over and over again. How many checks could there be in Little Big Planet? Also, there's the fact that the game isn't available on, like, Steam, right? You would have to use, like, a PS3 emulator for it. And while there are games on Archipelago that use emulators for, usually those are older games. PS1, N64. Number of N64. But this is a PS3 game. I don't... Surely there's a PS3 emulator, but I haven't tried emulating PS3. I've emulated PS2, I have not emulated PS3. And it's not like I'm going to modify my... Yeah, grab my PlayStation 3, grab my copy of Little Big Planet, grab like a file mod and hook my PS3 up to the internet just to play that. I mean, I could, and I would if... But yeah, Little Big Planet Archipelago would be interesting. Doing the same level over and over again because someone found out, it's like, oh, if you get 100% of this level, you unlock like a necessary item for me, and it's like, gee golly, I would like to. There was this one like mini game in there where you have like a sled and you have to like slide down. That was like the one time I got 4-player working on the PS3. I had this one turbo controller. It worked for that one day. Never before, never after. Somehow it knew that we had 4 people there that all wanted to play, and it worked for one day. The whole time I've had that controller, it's worked once. So we could play 4-player Little Big Planet. That's it. I don't know why. But hey, at least it worked once. We get 4 people on this little tiny little sled and try to like slide down. By the way, you can grab onto the sled because it's grabbable material and like twist it and stuff. And some people will try to grab the sled but actually grab someone else and pull them off of the sled. And it was hilarious chaos stuff. I know I've already done a Let's Play of Little Big Planet. I'd so be down for doing like a 4-player Let's Play of it. The gameplay isn't so much different. But I'd still be down for it because it's fun. Heck, somehow mod the game 8-player Little Big Planet. Just the sheer chaos. Beating levels not from intended things. But just like, yeah, have everybody just grab onto each other and make this work. So anyway, that's it for Runes.